Then you have argon ionization detector. It is also working on a similar principle. Here also the argon atoms are basically and the organic molecules. They will result in an electron, and this electron will then produce a current. Then flame photometric detector. It again works on the similar principle as your flame ionization detector. So this device uses chemiluminescent reactions of these compounds in a hydrogen air flame as a source of analytical information that is relatively specific for substances. In order to selectively detect one or the other family of compounds as it elutes from the gas column, an interference filter is used. So in this region, chemiluminescence takes place. If you recollect, when I was explaining fluorescence and phosphorescence, they are termed under chemiluminescence, means luminescence which is formed because of some chemical reactions. So you are basically measuring phosphorescence or fluorescence of that particular sample. So only if you realize the flame, this is the flame, okay, and the photomultiplier tube, which is the detector, is placed perpendicular to the action that is taking place. Then you have photoionization detector. This device uses ultraviolet light as means of ionizing an analyte, exiting it from a gas chromatographic column. The ions produced by this process are collected by electrodes. The current generated is therefore a measure of the analyte concentration. So using UV to excite, or you are ionizing it, and the ions are then collected and a current is flowing. Now this current is directly proportional to the analyte. Any doubts till this point? Let's start with liquid chromatography now. Now what we saw in gas chromatography is that the mobile phase is a gas and your stationary phase could be a liquid or could be a solid. Usually it is a solid. Now we are seeing liquid chromatography. So liquid chromatography will be basically where your mobile phase is liquid. And nowadays most of the companies are using liquid chromatography and HPLC to be more advanced rather than using gas chromatography. So liquid chromatography is an analytical chromatographic technique that is useful for separating ions or molecules that are dissolved in a solvent. Separation is due to differing degrees of interaction, which in turn is due to differences in adsorption, ion exchange, partitioning, or according to size. Simple liquid chromatography consists of a column with a fritted bottom that holds the stationary phase in equilibrium with a solvent. Typical stationary phases are solids, ionic groups or resins, liquids, or an inert solid support, porous inert particles. So if you just consider this diagram which is there here, so this column is containing stationary phase. It could be any one of it which we have previously listed. So if I load the sample, as you can see in this case, in the second diagram, the moment I load the sample, as it passes through the column, it will slowly and steadily get separated and will be collected as different components at the end of the column. Working principle remains the same. What is changed is your stationary phase and your moving phase, mobile phase. Now your mobile phase is liquid rather than being a gas. Application conventional LC is most commonly used in preparative scale work. It is also used in ultra trace separations. But plain LC, even if it is mentioned here, is rarely used nowadays. Nowadays, people go for HPLC only. That is high performance liquid chromatography. So this is HPLC, high performance liquid chromatography. In your exams also, you are usually questioned on HPLC and GC. Plain LC, there are no questions till now. So HPLC is a form of liquid chromatography to separate compounds that are dissolved in solutions. The compounds are separated by injecting a plug of the sample mixture into the column. The different components in the mixtures pass through the column at different rates due to differences in their partitioning behavior between the mobile phase and the stationary phase. So here you can see that this is a block diagram for the HPLC. You have the analytical column through which the sample is going to pass. And since it is performed at high pressures, it gives you a better performance as compared to your normal liquid chromatography. Hence, it is named as high performance liquid chromatography. The rest, nothing changes in this. This is the setup for an HPLC. This is an HPLC column. This is the HPLC injector, the septum type. Some, what you say, not different, but some of the detectors that could be used. So one of them is UV visible absorption cell, which is used in HPLC. Then you have fluorescent detectors for HPLC, which are more similar to your photo ionization detectors. Differential refractive index detector for HPLC. And this is the explanation for them, for the differential refractive index detector. I am running through this because I'm falling short of time and we would have to end the meeting in 2 minutes. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see tomorrow at same time, 3 o'clock, for mass spectrometry.